and we will kick things off. There we go. You see my note taker in there taking care of stuff. Welcome, everybody. I'm excited to share with you guys today about Magpie. And actually, the truth is, I'm not really going to be sharing about it. We've got people who know it far better than me who are going to be sharing about it today. But for any of you who are recently in our list building extravaganza, you know that this was something that we use ourselves as a way to kind of get a feel for where your customers are, where your potential clients are, how to meet them where they are. And you need to do that with some form of a quiz, a survey, an assessment is what, I choose to call it. And like that as far as, how you present it to people, because it truly is that. You're making an assessment of how they are in their business. What are they doing? What are they up to? And it's super beneficial both for you and for your potential clients. And Magpie makes it all super easy, super reasonable as far as, making it a part of your ongoing budget of your business. And I will say to y'all this, okay? I love using Magpie. I think it's a great thing, but here's the thing. If you're like, oh, but I'm already spending this and this and that on my business, I look at it like this. Most all of us, we're operating out of home office. We don't have a brick and mortar building to pay rent for and triple net and all the other stuff that goes with that. This is your brick and mortar, things like Magpie. So without further ado, we're going to kick it off. I'm going to turn it over to Domingo. Nick may be jumping in and out as well. But you guys are, the masters over at Magpie right now. Jane Duber, dear pal of mine, the founder and creator of Magpie, is not able to join us today, but she's got her two top dogs here to support us on it. So take it away, gentlemen.
Welcome, everybody. I'm so excited to be here. Yeah, Nick and I will be working with you today. If you have any questions, Nick will be monitoring the chat box. So please ask away if there's anything along the way that you want a clarification on. I'm excited to be here because, as Michael has shared, Magpie is an amazing tool, but a tool only works well if you have a system. And so today I'm going to share about the system. I'm going to share about the overall system that can really help you not only know who's in the room, identify with them, but also how your messaging can be what they're looking for as far as answers. Because that's at the end of the day, that's what a sales is. Someone who's seeking an answer and you're the answer for them. So without further ado, I want to jump in here so we can get this started. I want to respect your time and I appreciate everybody being here. Now let me see if I can just get technology working for me. There we go. So here's what you'll learn. You'll learn how a lead scoring assessment, how it works, and how it literally can change the way that you have conversations with any potential prospects or even current clients. You're going to learn three essential elements that makes up the entire system, what we call the ultimate client acquisition system. You're going to learn also how to not spend time wasting time talking to people, because how many of us do that? How many of us literally get on a phone call with appointments and they don't know what the call's about? They don't know why they made it. They don't even know what you're saying, right? They just they want somebody to listen to. So we're going to help you eliminate that and be a little bit more prepared for every call that happens. And I'm going to share with you 7 assessment strategies that work today, that literally you can apply to your business today. And if you just apply it to one of them, which I guarantee you, every single one of you are doing at least one of these strategies right now. If you apply the assessment to this, it'll make a difference at the end of the day in your business, and that's what you're looking for. Now, if you're new to me, I want to share a little bit about myself. I've been an entrepreneur. This is a little bit older now. I'm 25 years. I've been an entrepreneur. Started my first business in 2000. Since then, I have started 12 businesses. Now, sounds a little crazy, but 10 of them I took to multiple 7 figures, 2 8 figures, right? And including one that I took from a napkin idea in less than 6 years to a nice mid 8 figure exit. And the reason why I was able to do that is because I applied the strategies that you're going to hear about today. At the end of the day, everyone has the same question. Typically, when I give a bigger story about myself, how were you able to create multiple 7 figure businesses from scratch in your businesses? And the key to the entire bit is systems. Systems. How you communicate with everyone, how you transition them in your business, and how you get them started. Because all I want to do is get on the phone with the people that are looking for me, that know that I am the solution for them. Like every single one of you are experts in your field. And the only difference is here's the same thing. Here's the facts that I know about us. We all have 24 hours in a day. We all have 7 days a week. We all have um, other things to do in our lives. We want to go out and enjoy things. We live and we have dreams and we have things that we want to accomplish, right? So those are the facts. Here's the reality. We are working way too hard. People are working way too hard in their businesses because of the fact that we're talking to a lot of people who are not qualified for a business. Today, you'll learn the answer on how to fix that. And I want to tell you, so I was able to do everything I did in this business, on all these businesses, which have generated over 10 figures in sales, utilizing a system like this. So let me go ahead and keep going because we also have Nick. You see Nick here. Nick's part of the team. Nick has done, has amazing experience in sales, but last year did over 7 figures in sales. Okay, so he's definitely someone you want to talk to. He's an expert when it comes to client acquisition systems. So for any of you that have questions, he's on chat. Ask away. He'll be there for you, and he'll come on later on at the end as well. Now, there are 5 key elements to sales success. Let's have this conversation, right? Let's get real here. Let's talk about how we can really make a difference today. Now, I'll share with you this. If you just make sure you take some notes. This is being recorded. Thank you, Michael, for that. I really appreciate that because I'm going to go through this and I'm going to land some nuggets. Okay. And it's important that if you just write down what the nugget was, you don't have to try to write the whole thing down. When you get a copy of the recording, you can go back and watch, get the nugget and get in the entire conversation. Right. So we're going to start with the 5 key elements for a sales success. And that's 1, having a strong business foundation. 2, qualified lead generations. 3, personalized engagement. 4, the enrollment call framework. And 5, a healthy money mindset. So if you understand this formula right here, these 5 elements, strong business foundation, you knowing your elements, you knowing your business, you knowing what you're an expert of, and we don't need to go into that because each and every one of you are professionals in that. 2, lead generation. Lead generation is very noisy today. Getting qualified leads is the key to everything. Personalizing engagement. We don't live in a world today where it's one-way communication. It's two-way communication. People want engagement. People want to know that they're going to get on a call and that you're going to be the one that's going to save them from the situation they're in. That's what you need to know. That's what they want to know, and that's what you need to know. Enrollment call framework is the process on how you get through the entire bit, from them getting to know your lead gen pages, your messaging, them taking the assessment and getting onto a qualified call with you. And then having that healthy money mindset is about really understanding that you are the solution to their problem and that you are worth every penny that you charge, right? Because that's another conversation, but we'll dive right into and go in a little bit further. So here's what I know. Because many of you have taken the assessment, I know I have a better sense of who's in this room. So there's some of you that are just starting the journey, just putting some pieces together. There's some of you that, you know what you want to do. You want to create courses. You want to create this. You want to create that. And it's phenomenal. But you're trying to figure out how do you take your next step. There's some of you in here generating some nice income, but you're missing on a proven sales system. And there's some of you that are just rock stars, right? Just killing it out there. And now you're into a way to how you can actually duplicate your success so you can scale. And scaling is the key to this entire conversation. I know we're talking about sales, but scaling is, and the only other way to put the word scaling your business is to systemize your business. At the end of the day, that's what scales business is. And that's the secret to the success I've had so far. So, but in order for you to get a better sense of it, let me go ahead and start diving in to the systems that you can implement here in this 1 hour conversation that we're having here. If you stay to the end, I want to make sure each and every one of you get the 7 proven assessment marketing strategies that literally will transform your sales success. So I'll make sure each and every one of you have this in your hands after this webinar. And I'm also going to offer some other special gifts that are not part of a part of this, but stay to the end and I'll make sure I share them all with you. Now, we know that there are a lot of elements in today's world that is stopping us from creating an easier way to enroll people, right? The market is crowded and noisy. Growing a list with high quality leads is very, very hard, right? We used to have this conversation that the bigger the list, the bigger the opportunity. Well, not if you're not engaging them properly, and not if they're the qualified individuals. I can tell you right now, the size of your list doesn't determine the size of your business anymore. Okay. Creating true connections is even more challenging because everything is so noisy. Everybody's getting hints through LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, you name it. It's really hard to make a true connection. We spend too much time talking to unqualified leads. How many times, raise your hand if you want, how many times you get on the phone and that person's not qualified to be on the phone, but you still go through the entire process and try to sell your system to them, right? We're all guilty of that, right? So we all have those conversations. Well, today we're going to eliminate that. And it's even more challenging to get people to book appointments. And that is just true. So what I want to do is help you get over these frustrations that you're having in your business by providing you a proper tool that's going to allow you to find your ideal client, generate consistent revenue through your business utilizing this client acquisition system, right? Because there's 3 elements to the entire bit. There's finding highly qualified leads, growing your list with people who are ready, committed, and wanting to hear what you have to say. Personalized engagement, making sure that every prospect you talk to feels seen, valued, and understood. And you'll be surprised how an assessment can do this. And also, you have to have a proven enrollment framework. This is a process for you to go through with your clients or with your prospects to be able to follow them through so that you can acquire them and let them be part of your system. I'm going to share with you these 3 elements in a little bit more detail. So please pay attention. Let's dive into the first one. Highly qualified leads. Growing a list with people who are ready and committed and willing to invest is a entrepreneur's dream, right? Because at the end of the day, how many times we go out there and meet individuals and we do that 2-minute pitch, or we meet them in the elevator, or we meet them in a crowd, or we're standing in front of 1,000 people in a room, or we're doing webinars every single week. At the end of the day, we're looking for highly qualified leads. Those are individuals that fit into your ecosystem, right? So I'm curious, who here is feeling frustrated by the ever-changing challenges of growing a list in today's environment, right? You can grow a list, you can get a lot of people on here, but keeping them engaged is very, very difficult. So with an assessment, you can offer an opt-in gift that provides them an amazing experience of awareness of what you have to offer. You can also help, let's put it this way. It'll help you identify those individuals that want to hear from you. And so because you identify those individuals, you get quality over quantity. So you can book 40 appointments in a week, but if you only find one qualified person, you just went to 39 conversations to practice for that one person. At the end of the day, that's what you just did. I would rather get on the phone with 5 or 10 qualified individuals so that I can have those conversations and practice with people who really want to hear what I have to say. You can attract people who are willing to put in the effort because they are feeling. If you recall going through the assessment process that Michael shared, hit the assessment that you filled out, you can see that those questions were designed for you to share with me and Michael and Nick where you are in business, where you need help. So imagine how every prospect that you talk to has gone through that process, those 4 minutes before they get on the phone call with you, so that they can um, not only provide you the information you need, but they put the effort to fill it out, which makes them more qualified. And you gather more detail than just their name and name and email. You get a lot more information about them. Sorry, this Zoom picture goes in the way. So it's very big. It's a very big move to find not just leads, but highly qualified leads. So the second essential element of the ultimate client acquisition system, as I mentioned before, is personalized engagement. Now, imagine, just having a having the feeling that every time you send out a message, you're not getting responses back, right? You're sending out messages to try to get some engagement. And how many of you done that? How many have you sent something out and you feel like you put a link in there for them to register somewhere and no one registers, right? Is you have to try to figure out how do you get them truly engaged in not only what you have to offer, but in the conversation that you're having with them. Here's what we know. 76% of consumers are more likely to buy when you personalize your communication based on their needs. That's the key here, based on their needs. And the more you find out about them, the more you can create something for them. So an assessment allows you to make engagement about them and not about you. It lets them see that you empathize in the situation they are. Remember, you're the solution to their problem. You help provide next steps based on where they are, specifically to where they're at, specifically the issues that they're having. If you knew the top 3 issues that they were having prior to them coming on the call, and you addressed all 3, subconsciously, they know you're the answer. Now, just having the conversation of how do I get started, right? You get to extend an offer that truly meets their needs. And what I love about this, uh, uh, and the last one really, really makes a point, it separates you from the masses. How many conversations have you had that you feel like you're just literally talking to a robot? Yeah, I want more information about this specific product. And you get on the phone and it just seems like they're reading a script. Okay, what's your name? Let me tell you a little bit about us. Let me tell you what we do. This is how we do it. This is how much we offer. Yeah, sounds great. I know you're a bit frustrated, but it's $29.95. Yes. Do you have a credit card? How many times have you been on that call? Right? I have. Now, wouldn't you love to have a conversation with everyone you get on the call with that's special, that's specifically designed for them, and you get to help solve their problem? Because we look at the end of the day, we're giving them 30 minutes of our time, and 30 minutes is a lot considering we only have so much of it in a day. So this really allows you to separate and start that relationship on the right foot. So the third one is the proven enrollment framework. So this is this seems to be a problem with a lot of individuals, right? So who's not seeing the conversations that you want from enrollment conversations or spending time chasing people who aren't ready? That's kind of the conversation I was having earlier, right? How many of us have been again have spent out of 40 calls, 39 of them people who are just not engaged, people who are just that you seem to be chasing just to get to that one person, right? We all do it. The assessment solves that problem because you get to know where they're at along the entire process, right? So you get to know how committed they are because of the way that the assessment system has been created here in Magpie. Based on their scoring, you know who's really in the need of your services and who's just kicking the tires. So, and it also helps you with the conversation. So if you had more pre-qualified individuals, and pre-qualified in the leads world means someone watched something, they put their name, phone number, and email, and they're hoping that you contact them in the next 2 or 3 days. Name, email, phone number does not pre-qualify them. An assessment, a 4-minute assessment that provides you a clear picture where they are in their entire process of seeking a solution from you is um, a qualified appointment. That to me is what you're looking for, and we're all providing. So that at Magpie, this is what we provide. So through an assessment, you know who you're talking to before. You get to know exactly about them. You get to create instant rapport and connection. You get to easily explore the gaps that are sabotaging their business, right? You effortlessly articulate the values you offer and your process. So you can follow the step-by-step part that really, really makes this work. And you can paint a clearer picture for them and how working with you solve their problem. Because remember, you're the solution. So what makes an assessment superior to quizzes and surveys? Well, one, if you remember going through the experience of filling out a Magpie assessment, you get an inspiring message that's personalized to you and your journey, right? Your client path is revealed. We get to understand a little bit about your business foundation, and as you go through the process, we learn a lot more about you. We get a level of commitment from you as you let us know how committed you are throughout the entire process. And we open it and we end it with open-ended questions that allow you to give us a little bit more information about you. And this is what I meant, like, who's in this room? We know who's in this room because of the assessments allow us to know exactly everything we need. So imagine if you had all that data before you got on the call. And then you actually capture the information and it ties in. And what I love about Magpie is we integrate with several CRMs, so that information can be integrated with your CRMs. It makes it very makes a lot more seamless. Now, now that you understand a little bit more about the client acquisition system, let's explore 7 proven strategies that you can apply today. Now, when I go through these 7 strategies, I want you to think, which one of these are you already doing that you can see yourself applying an assessment to make a difference in your business, right? So strategy number 1, right? You grow your list every time you take a stage. How many of us get on stages? And not just stages, well, physical stages, but we get on Zooms like this. So by taking the stage, you know, Julie here was able to do podcasts and summits and grow her list. She didn't. She allowed herself to be present with the room, but allowed them to qualify themselves to allow them to be on her to get her attention. She grew a list from 4,000 to 40,000 in 6 months. She took her business to 7 figures in 12 months because at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you this, and I mentioned this before, and I know I keep harping on this but it is the truth. When I started this conversation, I talked about how I was able to create multiple 7-figure business because I had a client acquisition system. I was talking to the people that needed a solution from me, and I provided it. So you can see that the more people you get in front of, the more qualified individuals you talk to, the more revenue you're going to create. That's what Julie did. So she was able to take her business from a 6-figure business to 7 figures in 12 months. We have strategy number 2, double or triple your enrollment close rate. Now, Patty, what she was doing is she was using the assessment to find the perfect individual that wanted to hear the solution. Now, we heard this before, but you can use this in different ways. You can use it in, she used it in the magazine. You can use it in you can use it in your blogs. You can use it in your book. Like I know a couple authors that actually put out the assessment as part of a call to action to even get qualified, get a book, or so they can know more information about the individuals that are receiving. That's for your authors that are out there. And so you can imagine just it changes the entire way that you bring people in, and that automatically closes your enrollment. Increase conversations from virtual events. So Sherry here was able to use it because she was frustrated with the engagement from events. Like I mentioned before, how many of you actually feel that you're always out there, and just can't seem to find that right individual, right? She taught her team the ICU outreach strategy to increase connections. And I'll talk about that outreach strategy a little bit later. Her team used the results in the coaching sessions. They were able to personalize their post follow-ups based on the assessment, and she got the highest converting event ever. So she's out there using this every single time now that she goes out there and uses the assessment. So this is another way, strategy number 3, to use assessment. Now, the next strategy is fill your calendar with high qualified leads. So in Deb's example, her assessment helped her engage with the leads that were ready and willing to invest. Now, many of you can see that how well this would work, especially if you're offering high ticket offers, like Deb was offering. Deb was offering high ticket offers. So making the conversation a little bit more about them allowed a more qualified leads to come in and have more qualified conversation. From social media posts to happy paying clients. Strategy number 5. Scott used it. And he says here, having my assessment as a unique and compelling call to action has helped me and my clients create more meaningful interactions, which leads to personal connections and more business. And then Jennifer Hoff here as strategy number 6. She was able to really take a look at where her potential clients were. And she was able to understand a little bit more about them to see how committed they were to their success. As I mentioned before, and I broke down the assessment, every single time, and if you can recall, you went through and you talked about commitment. That commitment aspect of the assessment is such a strong part when it comes to a call, because that person has a high commitment. All they're waiting for you is to say the right things for them to get committed in. If they have a low level of commitment, you just have to figure out if they're right. It doesn't mean that they're not the right client for you now. It just means potentially their commitment level will grow with you. So it's just great to know who they are. And number 7, track and celebrate your client's success. John here, he shared that I found my assessment profoundly helpful in creating raving fan clients by tracking their progress, celebrating their success, and keeping them focused on what will move them to the next level. What I love about an assessment here in this case, so when you first meet somebody and they become a client, imagine having an assessment about a client where they're currently at when they get started with you. As they go through your program, 3 months, 6 months, you send them a second assessment, and they are now qualifying themselves and sharing where their successes are. So you can see where they started and you can see where they're at. So it's a great way to see how your clients are progressing through everything that you're offering in your program.
Hey, Domingo.
Yes.
Ken, let me just jump in. So we had a training with John Meese yesterday, and he shared actually something I thought that was really brilliant about his assessment. So like Domingo was saying, we use an assessment to not only qualify leads, but to be able to really see where people are progressing on the path that we're taking them down. And now his assessment for the progression was a little bit longer than the one that he initially walks people through. But at the end, it was really cool because he had them scoring themselves as far as their commitment score. It was their commitment score to themselves in the process. And one thing that was really cool, he also had a commitment score about how willing someone was ready to share a testimonial. And so as people filled this out and saw their own progress, he gave them an option. It's like, I'm ready an 8 out of 10. And if they scored themselves high on that commitment for a testimonial, they were automatically linked into a testimonial like option in that follow-up email. So that's just a possibility that I thought was really great that he brought. And he had captured a ton of testimonials. Obviously, when people are going through your process, they're bought in, they're in the game, and so you're catching those people as they're ready and they're seeing their progress. So just wanted to share that little nugget.
That's awesome. That's great. I wasn't aware of that. So you can see, as Nick has just shared, that it's a great way to get for new prospects to kind of share with them their level of commitment, but even your clients, let them know let you know where you're at, to constantly check basically how your solution's helping them. So thank you, Nick. I really appreciate it. That was great. So what if you could grow your list with a compelling call to action? What if you're able to increase your attendance to your webinars? What if you were able to find more qualified individuals that you can actually make sure that they show up to the calls and that their commitment, because remember, their level of commitment that you have is a greater chance that they'll show up to the appointed call as well. So that decreases the level of no-show rate. You can re-engage an inactive list by offering them, saying, I want to hear from you what you would like to learn from me, and give them an assessment that makes it more personal, that makes it sound like you really, really care about what they have to. This has worked amazingly for reactivating lists. You get to know who's really committed on your list and ready to invest. Like I shared with you before, scaling is about systems. Systems is about literally having the right people at the right place that are ready to commit to move forward with you. And if you can double your discovery sessions close rate and spend less time in the process, how would that help you? Remember, we all have the same mentioned before, 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week. So let's get the right people on the call with us at all times. You get to monitor your client success so you keep them engaged and continuing investing. Because at the end of the day, a client buys one product from you and they go through the program, they are going to become a continuing client by buying the next. So you want to make sure that your client acquisition system that is in place so that you can walk them through a low end ticket, for example, a course of group coaching of $2,000, all the way up to your mastermind of 10 to 20,000. Keep them committed the entire time. You will keep them with you and they'll become loyal fans and become another testimonial for you. So I want to share with you the Magpie Done For You Sales Acceleration Quick Start Bundle. Now, in this bundle, you'll stop wasting time. We will sit down with you. We will look at your entire sales system so that we can see how we can apply Magpie's assessment to get you qualified leads and get you into sales. So in this entire process, we do dive deep with you through our discovery process. And this is where we roll up our sleeves and we get to know who your target market is. We get to know what your offers are, what's your business model, and we help you design your client success path. So your assessment reflects the outcome that you want to deliver. So with our experience, we help you put it together, but we design it around your messaging, your product, and what you're going to plan on delivering. So your categories reflect the realm of transformation in your business, and your statements reflect the outcome they will achieve. So number 2, you get 2, not 1, 2 done for you sales sequences. So we'll create your welcome page, your landing page, and your autoresponder content based on the first 2 sales strategies you want to deploy. So this gives you a chance to get started right away. We also have a done for you build out and branding. So in a little as 48 hours from your final approval, we'll build out the 2 assessment sequences and get you ready to launch. So not talking something that's going to take 2 or 3 weeks. We're talking about something that can be implemented early in the like we can just say almost early next week, so they can make a difference in your business quite literally today, right? We jumpstart your ideal client acquisition journey. So we dive in deep to who your current clients are. We help you reconnect with your previous prospects. So we put that as part of the strategy. We discover ideal prospects that are already on your list, and we share your assessment with 14 powerful placements, social media integration strategy, and so on. Along with this, we'll give you 6 months of Magpie subscription as a bonus in here. So we'll make sure that you have our system for the next 6 months so you can apply it to your business right away. And we have a no client left behind daily office hours. This is something that you'll love. We have an amazing staff that has years and years of experience, that once your assessment is built, we have support for you. We have we have a learning library, we have an online chat, but we also have literally live office hours with our team. So that means you make an appointment, you know what office hours, you show up in those times, and if you have any questions, this time is there for you. Let me tell you, we're one of the few companies that really offer that. So I can go through this and tell you that we have raving fans, but here's the raving fans speaking for themselves, right? We've been around for many years. We have years and years of experience in this. So this is not something that we just invented yesterday. And this company was founded, you mentioned, Michael mentioned Jane earlier. This company was founded off her experience, many, many years understanding relationships, understanding sales. So she put all that knowledge together and created Magpie and perfected it over the years. And over 80,000 people have taken assessment. So this system is formulated. It's been proven and it's ready to go. So it can make a difference in your business today. So your investment for the Magpie Done For You bundle is $23.97. Now with that, you get to we dive in deep with your discovery process. We give you 2 Done For You sales sequences. We do a Done For You build out and branding. We help you jumpstart your ideal client acquisition journey, and we do have a payment plan option available. We also throw in a couple more bonuses. So we provide you references here, like Activate Your Marketing Mojo, which helps you release any resistance to sales and marketing. We also have Brand Your Engaging Offer. This one I love because it helps you refine your engagement offer and charge what you're worth. And I tell you that right now is that's priceless. That's just priceless. And we also have another bonus where we provide you high converting discovery session blueprint. This blueprint helps you understand exactly step by step how you can conduct an efficient enrollment conversation in a yes. So that's what you want. That comes with the package as well. So once again, your investment in the Magpie Done For You bundle is $23.97, and it's included the deep dive discovery process, the 2 sales sequences, assessments, Done For You, build out branding. We help you with the client acquisition journey, but we also provide you the bonuses, right? We activate the marketing mojo, craft your engaging offer, lead magnets made simple, and the high converting discovery session blueprint. All this for $23.97. Now, we do have a payment option available. Now, once again, $23.97 gets you started. Literally, the moment you engage with us, we work with you and we get your assessments done really quick so that you can start applying it to your business right away. But because Michael's such a dear friend with Jane, and Michael's a big fan of Magpie, and we truly appreciate his support, we did something special here. We did a special offer for this community. It's $19.97. So that gives you a $400 off just by using the promo code SAB400. And this is a way to really thank Michael for his commitment and the way that he has worked with us and being a raving fan, but also a way to get you all started in having the same level of success that he's been experiencing by using Magpie. So in this, you get everything that we talked about before: the discovery, the assessment Done For You, the build out and branding, the client launch strategy, and I tell you, the office hours are priceless. You'll get to meet one of our team members named Deanne, who is absolutely knowledgeable and can work out any problem that you may have. You get 6 months Magpie subscription. You get to activate your marketing mojo, craft your engaging offer. You get the session blueprint. I think priceless. I'm not even going to go over the number. I think it's priceless. And for staying with us, we are going to throw this in. I want to go ahead, and my gift to you is to give you this document right away after this session, so that you fully understand 7 ways to move the needle on your success of creating a high converting assessment of your own. Now, I'm going through this whole process, and you already know of everything we have to offer. And if you are ready to move forward, we have Nick, who's putting a link in the session, link in the chat. You make an appointment with Nick, and Nick will sit down and have a conversation with you. But I have a special bonus, Michael. I want to share it with your group. For anyone who commits to the Magpie Done For You bundle, I would love to throw in 1 coaching session with me. So this is not something on the screen. This is something special, Michael, for your group. I will be glad to sit down with you, and as an addition to all this, to sit down with you so we can go over your entire client acquisition system and see how you're set up for success. And that full hour is free. It's included. You're not being sold another package. You're not being sold anything. You can ask me any question about what I've done with my past businesses or what I'm doing with the current 3 businesses and how all of them are achieving massive success. I will include that into this bundle. And this is just for, Michael, for you and your group. So anybody who takes advantage of this offer will get 1 hour with me. You can ask me any question you like. And if it goes over an hour, I'm okay with that. And so I look forward to actually sitting and having a great conversation with many of you. So
Can
with
I have
all that,
something on that?
yes,
I don't want to interrupt your flow, but I think this is important for me to just drive home for people. When someone offers something like what he's offering right now, I mean, Domingo's time is super valuable. But here's the other thing that he gets that I hope you get, and maybe you apply this in your own world as well. He has a deep understanding that the success of Magpie is predicated upon your success. And so the value of him helping you, giving you that extra hour, which probably his hourly rate alone may be, half the cost of the program. Okay. I know mine's pretty high. And to give you a whole hour, it's because of his commitment, because he knows you having success with it means you will share more about it. You'll be a happy customer long term. All of that goes with it. So, man, that's really generous of you, but at the same time, it's smart because he knows that you can put this to work with his support and have it knock it out of the park. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. So,
and I
thank you.
appreciate you bringing that up. Yes, because that's at the end of the day, yes, right. I'm committed. I'm committed to Magpie. I'm committed to your success, and I look forward. And the more I get to know about you, the more Magpie can create other levels of support for you as well. So yes, I'm very excited. So I'm opening this up for any questions that anybody may have here. I am all here for you.
Awesome sauce. And while we're waiting to see if anybody, just raise a hand. We'll be able to see it over in the chat if you just raise your digital hand. And I got to say, as you know, Domingo mentioned, I've been using this for quite a while. I've been using, I think, since 1921. So what are we, 4 years now? And it's one of those things that I've just even touched the tip of the iceberg with this. I mean, it does so much more than even I'm using it, and I've already gotten massive value out of it. And even just as we're doing this call, I open up my portal to start looking through this, and I'm like, dang, there's a lot of great more stuff I could do with this that I barely tapped into. It's kind of like Entreport. I mean, I've just really started tapping into the full robustness of that software. This has so much value for you. I get that it won't be right for everybody depending on where you are, but if you're on the trajectory to really grow your business, it's going to be right for you probably really soon if it's not already. And it's something that is another one of those tools in your tool belt that is going to make you more successful in the bottom line. It's going to increase your revenue. So, please check it out. It's really cool. We love it. And I've actually got some more ideas about how I can do my next step with it right now. So this has been good for me as well. I don't see any hands going up. I will let y'all know. We'll just ramble on a little bit more and maybe Nick and Domingo can give some more insights. But I will say this, if you missed it, I know we had a lot of people coming in a little bit late. We are going to make this recording available to you shortly after it's done here. I will get it set up. We'll put it to our YouTube channel, and I'll send you all the link so that you can get access to it. And then I'll also put a reminder of the link for the special offer with the code in that email. Nick, when I put this in the email for folks, they're going to be able to go to that link, use that code. How long is that good for?
So we're gonna make that good for this group today, whoever is watching this, because you are such a big, raving fan, and we just love you, Michael, and your community so much. So anyone watching this webinar, we'll go ahead and throwing it in there because we know that they're coming and working with you. And so yeah, we're really excited to get people going on this. I have to say, if I'm going to pitch in just a little bit of what I've seen, especially to the nascent people and to the people ready to scale. I know the people in the middle, just depending, but I'm going to speak to the nascent people and the people ready to scale. If you're just beginning, and not only is this a valuable tool to be able to capture more leads and information, but really it's a way for you to be able to tell people who may not know what you do. It's a great way for people to understand quickly how you can help them and the path that you're going to take them down. So many times when we're just getting started, it can be hard to articulate within just a few moments exactly how we help our clients. And so this is really going to help you do that. And then also to the people who are ready to scale, do you really have time? Like if you value your time, you know that you can't waste your time jumping on with a tire kicker. You can't waste your time jumping on. So this is just really going to help hone that in to Domingo's point. So I just want to knock that home. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I would like to share this. And I, in my years of experience, which I wouldn't, let's just say 25 years of experience. If it took me a lot to figure out the ways to do business, because we're not given the answers. The moment like, hey, I have an idea, I want to sell this. You don't it's hard to see it, but you don't wake up saying, oh, I know what to do now. We're all in seeking of the answer, and we're all, as entrepreneurs, trying to figure out what's the next step. And what I learned over time, the reason why I was able to scale the companies I have is because I learned systems. I learned that there are ways for me to work smarter with the time that I have. I shared with everyone here 24/7. That's all we have. 24 hours, 7 days a week. I don't have it. I don't have a secret wand that gives me more time, but I do spend time. And I understand. I want to make this very clear. This year I celebrate 30 years of being married. Okay. I have 2 amazing kids. So my time is extremely valuable to me and my family. So I had to find a way to actually bring balance to that. And the only way to do that was to create systems and for me to have conversations with the right person and to make sure that as I grew my company, that my people were having the right conversations with the right people because their time is limited as well. So so I really, really want to make sure everybody understands that's truly what the secret to success is. Figuring out a process that puts you in front of the right people to have the right conversations so you can have the right result.
Bingo. It really is key in so many levels. And so, we'll just hang for one more minute here to see if any hands pop up for any questions. Otherwise, we will wrap up. But I put the link into the chat, and I also put the code SAB, all caps, SAB 400 will get you that additional $400 off when you join today. The link is there in the chat. We are going to make the recording in case you missed any of it. I know we even had just some latecomers popping in at the last minute there. Tomorrow you will get the link sent to you to watch the replay. The code will still be good for you because you're going to get it in the email, but I'm probably not going to put it in the in the video script underneath unless I get further permission from you guys. Maybe we'd put it there for a day or two, but we don't want this to be like an ongoing special offer. This is a limited time offer for y'all who are, you're ready to jump in, you see the value, and you know what it can do for your business. So I hope to see you all playing in there. Keep an eye out for assessments from us in the future as we build out some more. We're going to continue to play with this because it's super helpful. And I know it's made a difference in our business, and I imagine it will in y'all's as well. So thank you, Domingo. Thank you also, Nick, Diane in the background over there helping us out. All of you guys over at Magpie, really appreciate it. Give my love to Jane as well, and hope to see you guys again soon. I know we got to connect a little bit in Colorado at JBX, and maybe I'll catch you guys at another event in the very near future. Are you guys coming out for Soulful Leadership Retreat?
Yes, so I'll be there.
Yep,
we'll both be there.
Perfect. I'll see you guys next week then. Awesome.
Sounds great.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't see any hands going up, so we'll wrap it up at that. You guys have a great rest of your day, everybody. Great talking to you. I hope this was super valuable. Either way you slice it, I know it is for us. I hope it was for you as well. And you guys have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Michael.
Bye-bye now.